It's another 80-degree day with a south wind. Probably like a 10 to 12, 14 mile an hour wind here, depending on the gust. And it's enough for me to feel comfortable going through this frag grass and switching my stand location about 150 yards. It's a gamble because I had some big buck encounters right here. This morning had a buck at 100 yards, and that's the direction I'm headed. He was eating under persimmons that I've been watching, and I can't see them that great because this tree is not a great stand tree. It's a killing tree. It's not a great observing stand. So I'm gonna head over to a cottonwood that looks like I can get my sticks around, get up in him, and I'm gonna be surrounded by little persimmon thickets that have a ton of persimmons on them right now. I think it's gonna be awesome. And if I can get bucks to come out of some of these brush piles that they've been bedding in and getting shade in this grass right before dark and come up here and eat persimmons, then there's a good chance that I can either grunt one in or have him come right to me and get a shot at him. So it's a gamble. I hope I don't see a buck right here tonight where I was sitting, because that's gonna make me feel kind of like an idiot. But I've sat here for a few days, tried to be patient, but I think it's time for a move, a tactical move. Go in, extract a buck. Over to eat persimmons. This is my plan. My wind's not perfect, but it is for her. So if anything comes from out there, that's good. I think they're generally working from the south to the north on this property, bedding all around. A couple of persimmon thickets right in here, and only a few of them have persimmons on them. So I'm right in the middle of all the persimmons. I'm kind of out in the open, but hopefully when the sun goes down, the bucks will come out and they won't be able to see me as good. I had to set up on the sunny side of the tree, unfortunately. But there's a doe right over here. I'll show you some footage. Just shot my 40-yard pin, thinking he was at 40. This rangefinder is junk. Pretty sure it was 35, but I can barely see through this thing. I just sailed it. I mean, I want to throw up. I heard something running. That buck was running that doe. Ran her right up here. And I don't know, I just ranged that tree again. It's 37 yards. I felt good when I pulled trigger, but I don't know. It's tough. Tough shooting deer at that distance. He went the direction that KC's hunting, so maybe he'll get a chance at him. I don't know, but I guess a good thing about missing clean like that is you can keep on hunting. So we'll sit here and see if anything else comes through. Glory to God. All glory to God. I prayed about half of that time he walked in. And God doesn't always answer prayers because he knows what's best for us, but he answered that one. All glory to God. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, that means a lot right there. Public land Texas buck right there. Damn. A big one too. Oh. After missing at 40 or 37, sailed it right over. With just, I'm talking, it's crunch time, you know. It's 1 minute until shooting light's over right now. I didn't know if he was going to make it for shooting light, and it started getting dark. My rangefinder was struggling. I was having to range pieces of white wood, you know, just dead limbs down here that I could see through my rangefinder because I couldn't tell anything else. And I was going, well, if that's 12, then that's 24. And then he starts working his way out, and he was at 30 is what I guessed him at. And I think I just smoked him because he went out there and piled up pretty quick. I could tell he was struggling real early on. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not the best hunter in the world. I try to put myself in front of deer and make good shots at close range. And those two are on the outer edge of my range. Personally, I don't like shooting over 30. 37 is definitely far. And I botched it. What a week, man. What a week. Or a few days, not even a week. It feels like a week. Thank y'all for watching. I'd ask you to subscribe, but I appreciate you just watching. Just watching means a lot. So I don't know what this footage looks like. I don't know if it's too dark or whatever. I'm going to try to work on it in post, but I'm so happy right now. Oh, we're way back in here. It's going to be a long night. I hope KC could kill one too, because I know he had a close encounter and some pigs messed him up. Wow. I got to text him. Cannot believe it, man. I watched that buck from so far. I mean, not far distance, but I could barely see him. I caught a glimpse of him standing out beside a Russian olive. And he worked his way all the way in, and he got to this persimmon thicket, and I thought he was going to travel that same path that doe went earlier and be a long shot, and I did not want to take that shot again. But he came over to this other persimmon thicket. The thicket's at 23 in the middle of it. He came kind of right through it, but on the outside, and then started working his way out. I cannot believe it, y'all. Glory to God. That's the only thing I can say. I mean, God carried me through that one right there for sure. Oh my. That's the right spot, you know. I knew just being in the middle of persimmons. Of course, this is the only tree right here, but there are trees around within 60, 70 yards that I could have picked. I almost picked that tree over there, which would have put me in a bad spot on both those bucks. And honestly, it was too big for my first step. So, glory to God. I don't know what else to tell you. People like to say it's a God thing. That's not my favorite phrase, but it definitely feels like it right now, doesn't it? We gotta go back to the truck and get some things. And try not to mess this up too much for KC in the morning, because we're hunting fairly close together, only a few 100 yards. Oh my gosh. I gotta calm down a little bit. Oh my goodness. I shot at 2 deer tonight.
Oh my goodness.
Giants.
Oh my goodness.
Sometime after you told me you were about to, you're rattling in a 6, I heard something, probably like 15 minutes later maybe, heard something running back to the west, and there was a probably 18-inch wide 10-point just chasing a doe as hard as he could. And I felt like a loser because she came at 35, and then she stopped dead at 35, and he stayed with like 50 yards behind her. Finally, I'm not gonna tell this a long ways, but he finally comes through at 37. I put my 40 on him, and it literally sails over his back. And so I did a little interview. I'm sulking a little bit, and so I get done. I kind of turn back around. I look back there, about at the fence line, and there's a Russian olive, and right beside it is a deer. I'm like, it's dope, bro. Put my glasses up, and I'm like, holy smokes, another 10-point, good one. And long story short, I shot him. I bet it was 2 to 3 minutes before shooting was over, because I did an interview afterwards, and it was at shooting light. It was the minute of shooting light. Yeah. I was ranging when he was coming out. I was ranging. I couldn't see through my rangefinder because it's a piece of junk. Yeah. And I was ranging dead limbs, trying to get ranges on those. And like right before I got ready to shoot, I was like, okay, I can get that one. What's that? 12 yards. I said 12. He's at 24 to 25 right now. He's double that. And then he goes in and starts working out. So I shoot him for 30. And when it hit, it looked good. He runs out there slow. Ooh. And I mean, like, he's like struggling. I think I hit off shoulder. And he literally starts stumbling, and then he takes off running again. I'm like, no, don't do that. And then he just basically crashes at like 100 yards. And I was like, I cried.
Good.
Silence. That's the stealthiest game card you done ever seen. We're probably gonna need to go look for arrows first, because I don't know exactly where he is. I didn't get to mark him or anything. Got kind of dark on me and stuff doing interviews, so we're gonna go kind of to the tree, find the arrow. I'm gonna leave the cart here, and then we'll blood track him. Yeah. I believe he was raking the tree right in here. And then he started working out this way. I think he's in here somewhere, man, but I'm just here. Stuff like this. I feel like he was in. He was getting more open stuff when he was headed out. Like he didn't get it. We couldn't find blood. It's weird. And we couldn't find the arrows. I knew that happened. You can see the grass around me, right? Casey stopped to pee like right here. I'm talking like right here. And I was like, okay, if you're gonna take a leak, I'm gonna look at the map, turn my headlamp off, start looking at the map. I'm like, okay, well, he goes, how far are we from your tree? And he comes over, presses the dot, and he goes, 272 feet. It's like, 80, 85 yards, whatever. So I was like, okay, well, I think you don't want to miss the top, go around his blood trail. So I was like, we're probably good there. We just need to head to the east or to the west and just try to cut that blood trail that's going to the south. And literally took like 3 steps, and we both freaked out at the same time. I jumped out of my shoes nearly, but he's right here. We just stopped beside him. Let's check him out. He's not a 10, he's just a 9, but dadgummit. Look at them brow dots.
Dude, that's a big deer.
That is a big body deer, dude.
Pull that head up again for me.
Holy smokes. sorry about the blood. That's just part of the sport, you know. I mean, not the sport, but this activity where we harvest our own meat. It happens. If you're watching and you're uneasy about it, so am I a little bit. But it's just the way God created things. And we'll get him cleaned up and take a better interview here in a little bit. But that's a monster Texas public land deer out there. Look at those brow dogs. I'm kind of speechless. He's big. That's a big Texas public land buck right there. That's a big buck, period. Look at those brow tines. Golly. Man, what a blessing. What an opportunity. Even just walking up on him is a blessing, just to see him and to find him and to close the chapter a little bit here. I think we're going to get him gutted, get him on a cart, take him out of here. Maybe clean him up a little bit, talk about tactics and pump fest and everything else.
As much as I despise them, sometimes a good old cliche statement perfectly sums up an event. This hunt was a complete roller coaster of emotions, from the kamikaze deer chase to the miss to an anxiety-laden 20-minute slow march of this buck, all the way through to watching the deer expire. Something I want to talk about here is that a deer is controlled by its stomach. The persimmons were the key. I just hopped right into the middle of the heaviest producing groves after seeing that buck this morning working through the outskirts of them. And every deer I saw this evening worked within 40 yards of me. That said, there's no doubt in my mind that the wheel was not in my hands tonight. It felt like I was just being completely led into success, and that's a cool feeling. I learned a lot in this short hunt about trusting in sovereignty and understanding more deeply what deer hunting is and what it should mean to me. Time in the stand alone can really help break you down so you can recenter and orient correctly, but time with your buddies and celebration afterwards can teach you plenty as well. I love sharing the experiences and the things I've learned out here with my friends and family. The last thing I'd ask you to do is to hit that subscribe button, because we still have a lot of season to share this year. Thanks for watching, and I hope you find success this year too.